Rachel Zegler just can't seem to catch a break lately. No matter what she does, controversy or criticism always seems to follow her.
The internet is not my biggest fan. It never has been, but especially isn't these days. I've made some stupid choices.
After the entire Snow White debacle, Rachel Zegler's so-called comeback project, an independent film titled She Gets It From Me, is reportedly facing serious issues right out of the gate. It's like she's leaped straight from one disaster into another. Multiple insiders connected to the production have revealed that filming has been anything but smooth, and much of the tension allegedly stems from Zegler herself. Despite the upbeat press statements promoting the movie as a heartfelt comedy drama, crew members are quietly suggesting that things behind the scenes are unraveling fast, and right at the center of all the drama, once again, it's Rachel.
Thank you, Rachel.
It's starting to feel like a recurring theme. Rachel Zegler signs onto a major project, grabs attention for all the wrong reasons, and before long, chaos starts unfolding on set. What's going on now feels all too reminiscent of the Snow White fiasco. Insiders are saying the production is dealing with delays, scheduling conflicts, and mounting behind-the-scenes tension that's frustrating everyone involved. Some sources even claim that key scenes are being shuffled around or reworked due to issues tied directly to Zegler, creating major logistical headaches for the crew. Honestly, after the way she derailed Snow White with that overly self-assured press tour and a series of tone-deaf interviews, you'd expect her to tackle this new chance with a bit more humility. But instead, here she is again, front and center, seemingly playing by her own set of rules.
We had Rachel Zegler on the docket is she's an asshole.
Now, the indie film that was supposed to serve as Rachel Zegler's big redemption arc is already flashing early warning signs of falling apart. If the current delays persist, this won't just be another PR mess. It could mark a serious turning point, possibly even the end of her career. The irony is tough to ignore. Rachel Zegler, once hailed as the next big thing in Hollywood, now seems unable to headline even a low-budget indie without drama trailing close behind. She Gets It From Me was marketed as a grounded, emotionally driven character piece, the kind of role you'd expect from an actress hoping to showcase her depth and rebuild trust with both critics and fans. But given her recent track record, the whole project is starting to feel more like a carefully crafted publicity move than a sincere comeback effort, and audiences are seeing right through it. Online communities and social media threads are brimming with doubt and criticism. It's not the film itself they're turning against, it's Zegler. Her name alone is generating backlash, not because of the script, but because she alienated so many viewers with her condescending tone and divisive interviews during the Snow White promotional tour.
Rachel didn't even seem like she cared or liked the source material. I mean, that is just far from a graceful Disney princess-like promotion. It's far from what you would think Disney wants.
Instead of embracing the magic, Rachel Zegler ridiculed it. Rather than honoring the legacy of a beloved character, she dismissed the original Snow White as outdated and irrelevant. For Disney fans who grew up enchanted by these timeless fairy tales, her attitude felt like a betrayal. And the controversy didn't stop at creative differences. It got political fast. Her infamous "Trump supporters will never know peace" comment wasn't just provocative, it was outright incendiary. For someone trying to promote a wholesome, family-oriented film, that level of hostility wasn't bold. It was reckless, even self-sabotaging. Now she's shifting gears and diving into the indie film world. But a smaller budget doesn't mean smaller consequences. In fact, the spotlight in indie circles can be even harsher. There's no massive PR machine to spin the narrative, no corporate buffer to hide behind. If Zegler is once again stirring up problems behind the scenes, it won't stay hidden for long. Word spreads quickly in these tight-knit productions, and the public has already shown that they're more than ready to hold her accountable. At this stage, the question isn't whether the film will be good, it's whether the industry can keep pretending that Zegler is worth the non-stop baggage she brings with her. The backlash surrounding her role in She Gets It From Me isn't just limited to snarky tweets or comment sections. It's having real consequences. Sources say the production is struggling with logistical nightmares, morale issues, and a growing sense of disillusionment among the crew. The whispers about tension on set are getting louder and more specific. From frequent reshoots to last-minute rewrites, it's clear that things aren't going according to plan. And once again, the common thread running through all these problems appears to be Rachel Zegler. So is this behavior out of character? Hardly. Anyone who followed the slow-motion crash of Snow White knows this is familiar territory. That movie didn't fail solely because of a weak script or poor visuals. It crumbled under the weight of Zegler's own missteps. She mocked the fairy tale she was supposed to champion, ignored fan concerns, and turned press appearances appearances into battlegrounds of controversy. Every time she had a microphone in front of her, it seemed like another headline-worthy misfire was on the way. And now, it's looking like those same PR blunders and behind-the-scenes issues are creeping into her latest project. What makes this situation even more unfortunate is that She Gets It From Me was supposed to be her second chance, a fresh start. Embankment, the small studio behind the film, clearly saw this as a low-budget, high-impact opportunity to make something heartfelt and grounded. But instead of a quiet comeback, they've landed a storm of bad press and growing online resentment. Rachel's reputation has become so toxic that her mere association with the film has sparked early calls for a boycott. And this time, there's no billion-dollar mouse to take the heat for her. Worse yet, the studio may now be realizing too late that they've cast someone whose public image might be beyond saving. This isn't just a bump in the road, it's a full-on derailment with the potential for long-term damage. What was meant to be Zegler's path to redemption is quickly becoming another chapter in a saga of self-inflicted controversy. With Marcia, Toa, a respected veteran actress known for her professionalism, as the co-lead, the contrast between the two couldn't be more striking. While Toei has built a solid reputation as someone who elevates every project she touches, Zegler's presence brings turbulence that's starting to overshadow everything else. And remember, this is all happening before a trailer has even been released. Indie films typically fly under the radar until they hit the festival circuit, but thanks to Zegler's baggage, this one is already under intense scrutiny. Every leaked photo, every production update is being dissected online, with audiences less curious about the story and more eager to find signs of dysfunction. Many who once defended Zegler are now turning away, saying they've had enough. Others never came back after Snow White, and yet here she is again, threatening to bring down another film before it even has the chance to stand on its own. If the goal was to reboot her career and silence the critics, she's off to a disastrous start. This was supposed to be her redemption arc, her chance to prove she could carry a meaningful role with depth and humility. But instead, it's déjà vu, more on-set friction, more bad headlines, and more reason for audiences to disengage. The real question now echoing through the industry is, how is Rachel Zegler still getting cast? With a growing resume of lackluster performances and an even longer list of PR meltdowns, many are starting to question if her name is becoming more liability than asset. Snow White wasn't just a commercial flop, it was a cultural misfire. And much of the blame landed squarely on Zegler's shoulders. Her tone-deaf remarks and dismissive attitude alienated fans, embarrassed the studio, and torpedoed a film that should have been an easy win. Disney reportedly lost nearly $100 million, and her contribution to that collapse wasn't minor. It was pivotal. Her interviews weren't just out of touch, they were deeply off-putting, and audiences responded in the most brutal way possible, by staying away. Now, with She Gets It From Me inching toward completion, production insiders are already raising red flags. Tensions are reportedly brewing on set, not full-blown scandals yet, but a noticeable friction that's making the work environment difficult. The same criticisms are resurfacing: missed cues, schedule hiccups, clashes over creative direction. But this time, there's no studio Goliath to smooth things over. This is indie filmmaking. Every mistake has a cost, and there's no margin for celebrity antics. This was meant to be her rebound, but it's beginning to look like a repeat. And that's the problem. The script may be different, but the pattern is all too familiar. Zegler enters a project, controversy soon follows, and suddenly, the spotlight shifts from the story to the storm. This time, the stakes are even higher because the resources are thinner. Embankment can't afford to have this film dragged through the mud, and yet that's exactly what's happening. What's even more troubling is that Zegler doesn't seem to recognize the urgency of the moment. Instead of reflecting, she appears to be doubling down, still booking new roles, still pushing forward as if nothing needs fixing. But confidence without awareness isn't strength, it's arrogance. After the wreckage of Snow White, most stars would have taken a step back, issued a sincere apology, and recalibrated. Zegler, she's barreling forward like nothing happened, leaving everyone else to clean up the fallout. And that's the real issue. It's not just one misstep, it's a pattern of disregard for the very people she needs to win over: the audience, the industry, and her collaborators. At this point, the idea of Rachel Zegler leading a comeback story feels less like a redemption arc and more like wishful thinking. The charm has worn thin, the excuses are piling up, and the clock is ticking. She Gets It From Me may have been crafted to be her career reset, but unless something changes fast, it could end up being her final act.